I'm going to take you back once more here, Sergeant, to the 14th of February, but this time on the topic of the second search warrant related to the cameras. Were you able to retrieve anything related to the cameras that was useful in your investigation?
No.
What did you discover when you went back for that second search warrant?
When I examined the cameras in the home during the first search warrant on February 11th of 2023, I noted the camera upstairs did not have a place to even put a micro SD card in. I did note that the camera in the kitchen and the camera on the exterior of the garage, those were Genie cameras, and there were micro SD cards in there. And I don't want to say chaos, but in the midst of all the things that we were trying to do, I did not pull those micro SD cards. So therefore, when we were going to have TRU come on the 14th to map out the house, we also were going to collect those micro SD cards at that time.
Why did you think that the information on those SD cards or the information related to those cameras could help in this investigation?
Well, we wanted to see if anything was on them. We have done some research to determine, for example, the camera upstairs was entirely cloud-based. It's encrypted files only being able to be seen by the person that has the app on their phone and in their specific account, so they couldn't provide anything. It's possible to back up some of those information on a micro SD card with the other two cameras, similar to what a lot of people have in their own home. Instead of paying for the subscription, you can get a number of days before it rewrites information.
So did you give up on that information at that point?
I did not. I was upset that the SD cards were gone, and I was trying to do whatever I could to get access.
So what did you do?
I then wrote search warrants to Yi Technologies, that's YI, and a search warrant to the Genie, so it's Mercury Genie company. And one of the responses I received was exactly what I just said, that the app on the phone is the only way to gain access to the video. It has to be through that subscriber, their email address and password. Mercury Genie also states that the only thing you can get is from the app, same way. You have to have it on your phone or log into your account. But additional video could be saved on the micro SD cards. So I tried to get it from both places.
Did you do anything next?
Yes. So then the decision was made to write a search warrant to assume the user's identity. So in this case, I wrote the warrant for the Yi camera system and the Genie system because we had the forensic download from Josie Dikeman's cell phone that contained usernames and passwords. So I was going to try to attempt to get the videos that way.
Did that work?
It didn't work as good as we hoped. With the Yi system, I downloaded the app to my work cell phone and tried to log in under Josie Dikeman's email address and password and was unsuccessful. The account was not there, which would lead me to believe that it had been deleted. I tried to do the same thing, log into the Genie app on my work cell phone, and I could not get into it. Then we did a third thing. The third thing was we actually took Josie Dikeman's phone out of evidence and hooked it to Wi-Fi, and we were able to get access to the cameras from the Genie app.
Did it go smoothly from there?
No.
You can just refer now to document or exhibit number 113 in front of you. You recognize the photos contained in this exhibit.
I do.
And do these relate to your attempt to get some of those cell phone or the videos from the interior, exterior of the home using Ms. Dikeman's cell phone?
Yes.
And why were you taking pictures as you went through this process?
We took pictures because we wanted to document what we were doing, to be able to show the steps that we took to gather this information and to preserve it in case it was ever deleted.
And are the pictures located as part of this exhibit fair and accurate representations of the documentation that you were doing throughout this process?
Yes.
Would they assist you in being able to describe what happened with this process to the jury?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd move for the admission of Exhibit 113, request to publish.
Judge, if the state intends to use this as a basis of or a foundation of knowledge for Investigator Amundsen to describe the inner workings of the Genie system and how data is or is not deleted, then I would object as lack of foundation, but if not, no objection.
Thought it was used for refreshing his recollection what he did.
Used to what he did and what he observed as he was doing this process, Judge.
Okay, as long as it's what he did and what he observed, that's fine.
We turn down the lights just a little. It might be easier. Investigator, you should have a copy of this in front of you. I don't know if that's easier for you to read from there. But can you tell us what we're looking at in the first photo here?
This was the login history to the Genie app.
And was this, why were you looking at this screen as you were going through this process?
I felt it was important to see if there had been any access to the Genie app since February 10th of 2023.
And what did this picture reflect to you when you were making that determination?
The third paragraph down on 217 states we noticed a new sign-in to your account on 217 at 5:31 p.m. from iPhone 12, 8. If it was not you, please change your password immediately.
And then what about the information in the top two paragraphs?
The second paragraph down, that was at 10:57, and on February 20th of 2023, I believe that was when we were trying to sign into the account at that time.
And then
the next one's at 11:52, and I believe that would have been the time we were trying to sign in with Josie Dikeman's phone.
so the two attempts at the top, you believe, were both by your agency in attempting to get this information?
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to log into Ms. Dikeman's account?
I was.
And if you can turn to page 2 of Exhibit 113, what are we looking at here?
At the very top, it says driveway. And this is the camera view from the Genie camera mounted on the front of the garage at their residence.
And then moving to page 3, what about this photo?
This photo, so I was able to start to click into dates, and this one shows from the 19th of February. It says home, remove device at 8:42 and 42 seconds p.m. on the phone model iPhone SE, second generation. Josie Marie JZ at gmail.com removed the kitchen camera.
That would have been after your search warrant, correct?
No, that was before my search warrant.
That was a bad question, Sergeant. After the search warrants that you executed at the residence.
Yes, after the first search warrant on February 11th.
Moving on to page 4, what are we looking at here?
At the top it says 20th February, and what you see of the second one down, that is actually where it says alert 11:55 and 24 seconds a.m. This would depict law enforcement, myself and Lieutenant Williams trying to log into the Genie app. So it shows that we've logged in on a new phone, the model iPhone 11. This was not done by you. Genie recommends changing your login password immediately to protect your account. Below that, it shows on February 19th again where the subscription was canceled because the device kitchen has been deleted, and we've canceled subscription of Genie Basic Plan yearly. The service will expire on 1/5/24. You will not be charged for the next period. That's from the 19th of February at 8:42 and 42 seconds p.m.
The login or the alert at 12:18, is that a device that you're familiar with?
No,
Not a law enforcement device? It wasn't you or somebody in or with your agency also trying to log into the phone?
no. We actually, when we were gathering the information from the 11:55 a.m. login, we were kicked out of the application by a different user.
Judge, I'm going to object to lack of foundation for the basis of that opinion.
Yeah, sustained.
So you were accessing data from this app, correct?
Yes.
How did that end?
It ended when we were removed from the screen that we had the data. It logged us out. And then we tried to log back in again and found that.
Okay. So after you found that message, were you still able to access the contents that you had previously seen within the app?
We started losing data. The February calendar had visible markings where there was data, that being photos and or videos. And after that, we were furiously trying to get more information from the 11th. Well, the 11th was already deleted when we logged in, but then other dates were vanishing in front of us. They were just being erased.
Were you able to log back into the app at that point?
No, we didn't get any more data after we lost all that.
From the data that was extracted from Ms. Dikeman's phone, were you able to determine what kind of views the cameras in the home provided?
Can you move the microphone down a little bit and repeat, please?
Sure can. I'm sorry. Thank you for that reminder. From the extraction that was done with Ms. Dikeman's or on Ms. Dikeman's phone, was there data contained in that extraction that allowed you to determine what kind of views the cameras inside the residence had?
I'd ask the state to specify a time frame for the views that the cameras had.
Well, in January and February of 2023.
I don't think I'm understanding your question right.
And that's my fault. Again, bad question. Do you have Exhibit 114 in front of you?
Yes,
And is this a extraction report related to Josie's iPhone 2?
it is.
And what does this extraction report contain?
The extraction report here contains some data files from the iPhone of Josie Dikeman.
And are these specifically related to photos that were located during the extraction?
Yes,
Is it a true and accurate copy of the photographs that were part of the extraction of her phone?
yes,
Your Honor, I would move Exhibit 114 into evidence and request that we publish pages 2, 3, and 4 of that exhibit.
Subject to cross-examination.
Yeah. Be received, go ahead and publish.
Looking at page 2 of Exhibit 114, are you familiar with what we're looking at here?
yes. This side, I believe, is the curtain that goes into Josie Dikeman's bedroom. These are the stairs that go upstairs, and this would be this side of the kitchen.
And is there a logo on the bottom left portion of that photo?
Yes, it's spelt Y-I,
Do you know what that logo is for?
the Yeek camera system.
And that's one of the camera systems that you observed being in the home.
Yes,
And what is the date and timestamp of this image?
12/28/2022 at 03:04 and 27 seconds.
And does the contents of this image align with the camera positioning that you observed in the home?
No,
Was there a camera still there or in this position when you conducted the search warrants?
I don't recall.
But Yi cameras were something you were familiar with related to Ms. Dikeman's investigation?
Yes,
And can you explain for me or describe for the record the positioning of the curtain that seems to be hanging from the doorway to the dining room / Ms. Dikeman's room?
it is twisted, and I would say 3/4 of the way open with, it looks like part of the curtain is tucked into, I think, a handrail, which I don't see there, so it's held up by something.
But you can see into the interior of that room from the hallway.
Yes,
Moving on to page 3 of Exhibit 114, do you recognize what we're looking at here?
yes,
The same general area as the previous picture?
correct.
And what is the date and timestamp of this photo?
01/16/2023 at 01 32 and 21 seconds.
And again, if you can describe for me the location of the curtain that is hanging in the doorway.
The curtain is approximately 3/4 the way pulled up, twisted, and secured some manner to the right-hand side of the stairs.
And there's actually a different logo in the bottom left of this photo.
Yes.
Can you just identify that for the record?
Kami, Kami, all in lowercase letters.
And then moving on to page 4 of Exhibit 114, can you tell me what we're looking at here?
That appears to be the upstairs of the residence. In the area where Araya and Brantley were known to stay.
Appears to be above that race car bed, is that correct?
Yes, I believe that police car, the police bed or whatever kind of car it was with the blue there, you can see it in the bottom of the photo.
And does this position of the camera seem to be consistent with the camera that you saw while executing the search warrant in the residence?
Yes.
You can then turn your attention, Sergeant, to Exhibit 115. Is this another extraction report from Ms. Dikeman's cell phone download?
Yes, it is.
And is it a true and accurate representation of data that was collected from her iPhone related to the extraction done on the 13th of February 2023?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would move for the admission of Exhibit 114, request to publish page 2 of that exhibit.
115.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
115. Any,
Crosse.
okay, yeah, received, can publish.
And Sergeant, what are we looking at in this photo?
It appears to be a screenshot from 750. There's an arrow facing left, says playback. There's a date and time stamp on the Genie area of the photo, and it says 02-10-2023 at 07:31 and 31 seconds p.m.
And is there a logo on this screenshot?
Yes, it's got the Genie logo.
And was this the approximate time that police had contact with the residents on the 10th of February?
Yes.